Welcome to the Redirect Podcast. My name is Abigail Freshley.
And I'm Emily Rojas. The Redirect Podcast is the show where we switch the conversation back to books. We shift the conversation back to books. We discuss themes from some of our favorite books and how those themes show up in our real-lived experiences.
On today's episode, we are doing a fall book preview.
Yay! But before we get to that, we would love to ask for you to support the show in a few simple ways if you love it. The first thing you can do is you can go on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave us a 5-star review, and let us know that you love the show.
You can also follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Redirect Podcast. And if you really, really love the show, consider sharing our show with a friend, because that is by far the best way to help grow our community of book-loving nerds. And you know what? I was just thinking, are we approaching the 3rd anniversary of our podcast, or did we pass it?
Yeah, we started in September 2022.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
It feels
crazy.
Like way shorter than that.
Like, there's no way it's been 3 years, but it has. So we're approaching it. Yeah, we have not passed it.
Yeah, we are approaching it. And just it's really nice to think about how it's grown over the last 3 years.
Yeah, and if you've been here since the beginning, and you have yet to leave us a 5-star
What are you doing?
You're canceled. I'm just kidding. But just reminder, it's been 3 years. No, that's crazy. So thank you. If you've
heard this, if you listen to every episode, you've listened to this I know 80 times.
We have barely changed it, honestly. The only thing we changed is we used to say fictional books instead of just books.
Maybe we should, if you guys have any ideas about what we could do to mix up our intro, or if we should.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah, slide into our DMs on Instagram or Blue Sky at Redirect Podcast.
Yes. I think I need to switch something up in my life, and maybe it's our podcast intro, because literally right before we started recording, I impulse purchased a pair of Crocs from Poshmark.
Okay.
Which feels like kind of
cry for
not
help.
the choice you make when everything is going great.
Yeah, no. I mean, but it makes sense.
But I got it for $20.
That's reasonable. I mean, how much do Crocs go for?
I think a new pair of
never
Crocs
bought a pair myself.
How much do Crocs cost?
They're $15.
Oh my god, that would be so funny. They are. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm looking for the classic clog. Okay, they're $50.
Okay. You got a great deal then.
So yeah, I got over.
Congratulations.
I was about to say, if I bought these
at a markup.
Cool. So we are here today.
We're here to talk about the books coming out this fall.
Mostly in September. Almost all of these books are in September.
Correct. And I'm so excited. And I don't know how I'm going to possibly get through so many of these books in September.
Well, the thing is, there's so many books in September we want to read, but there's really not, from what we could find, that many of note to us that are coming in October, November, December. So the September list will just get us through the rest of the year.
That's so true. Yeah. And that's an important distinction. These are books that we personally are looking forward to. There are
not
obviously
the
other
overall
books.
most notable. Yeah, you guys know. This is Abigail and Emily's.
Yeah. The books we are going to try to read in fall.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah, and I think this is a pretty common list. There's a couple books on the fringes that maybe you put on or I put on that I don't like. So, I'm excited to get into it. Should we go well, first of all, what are you looking for in a fall book?
That's what I was going to ask you. So, I think fall, obviously spooky season, so I'm down for, I realized when we started this podcast, I was definitely way more into thrillers, and you converted me into being more into romance for sure. And now I've been getting into lit fic. So taste change, but I feel like I just read a thriller, which I can talk about in what we read at the end of the episode. But I was like, oh yeah, no, I really like these books. They're so quick to get through.
Coming home.
Yeah. So I might try to read some more horror, thriller, mystery this fall. And yeah, I'm down to read longer books in the fall, I think. I really like to, I also just finished a book series. I've been reading a lot lately, so got a lot to talk about, but a long book series or a long book, I'm down for that in the fall.
Yeah, I think
in
we
ways
have
I'm not
that
in the summer.
same book in common. So
yeah.
If you want to find out, you have to stick around to the end of the episode.
what we're talking about. Yeah. So, but yeah, like a longer book or like memoirs. There's a couple memoirs I'm excited for. Like I think the fall is a great time for a memoir. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for in a fall book. All those things. Being indoors more.
I could be down for a thriller this fall. I think also I'm into something supernatural. Doesn't necessarily have to be scary, but I'm into something supernatural.
Yeah.
And maybe not necessarily thriller, but crime.
Yeah. Mystery.
I think last fall I read All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Crosby, which isn't a thriller, but it was crime and kind of like domestic fiction, Southern like thing. So yeah, I'm willing to do that and something like fantasy too, I think.
Yeah.
Supernatural, fantasy, crime, and like a dash of thriller for me.
Yeah.
But we have a pretty well-rounded list here.
I feel like we have some of everything, all of the above.
So starting off strong.
How about
September?
this? September. What's a book release before we dive into all of them? Okay. What's a book in September that you're most excited for? Yeah, just do most. Let's not say least because we picked all these. What's a book you're most excited to read?
This is so hard.
It's tough for September.
I think probably The Fifth Thursday Murder Club, The Impossible Fortune by Richard Osman. I know it's going to hit, and I look forward to it every year. So,
yeah.
What about you?
That's a good question that I just asked you. I think probably Every Step She Takes by Alison Cochrane. Because it's the same thing like you said. I know her books. I know that it's going to hit, and I'm really excited for this one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Okay. What else do we have coming out? So
Every Step She Takes by Alison Cochrane is coming out September 2nd. Alison Cochrane is the author of a couple great books we really like. We've said it many times. I feel like we've said it a lot, but probably people don't remember. Every Step that's the name of the book's coming out. Kiss Her Once for Me.
Yeah, Here We Go Again.
Here We Go Again.
That's an all-time fave. The Charm Offensive, another all-time fave. Yeah. She's great. And
I'm not to totally brag, but this is like really great timing for me because Every Step She Takes is a romance about a main character who is walking the Camino Portuguese, and I am actually going to be walking the Camino Portuguese at the end of the same month, so I'm God's favorite.
Yes. So do you think you're going to save it and like try to read it on the plane, or are you going to read it, when it comes out? What are your thoughts?
I will probably...
Or read it after, so then you have the perspective. You can picture things.
I will probably read it when it comes out, because it's only a few weeks before. There's another book I read right before I went on my first Camino that's also a Camino romance.
Oh.
I don't even remember the name of it. It's been 7 years since I read this book. So I remember when I read it, I really liked it.
Yeah.
It's called Two Steps Forward, by Graeme Simpson and Anne Buist. I really enjoyed it when I read it. My tastes have refined.
Sure.
So I actually don't know if I could still totally endorse the book because I don't remember how it was, but I remember really enjoying it. So if you are into the idea of the Alison Cochrane book and you like Every Step She Takes, you might also like this other book.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about that. I think that's gonna really put me in the headspace.
Cool. Totally. Yeah. Great timing. Thank you, Allison, for knowing exactly what Abigail needed this month. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Great.
Another book coming out September 2nd is...
Which one? There's so many.
There's 3. Oh my God. You do the next one.
Okay. Sweet Heat by Bolu Babalola. I have not read any books by this author.
Oh, I have.
But you have, so I was hoping you would talk about it because maybe you're excited for it.
I read Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. Mm-hmm. She has a really interesting perspective. That Honey and Spice is it's college students. Mm-hmm. So for me at the time I read it, I was like, I don't really want to read about college students because I have such negative associations with the mental state of a college student. And they were these college students were so emotionally regulated and stuff. I was like, this is weird.
Not my experience.
But I don't think it was a bad book. I did still enjoy it. I just personally didn't connect to the characters. Mm-hmm. I think this is like a companion novel, maybe set in the future. It's like somehow related to the characters of the first one, but it's a really unique perspective. It's about the Nigerian immigrant community in London or in Great Britain.
Oh, cool.
And so there's like really, you learn a lot about an interesting subculture.
Sure.
There's lots of like the language and the way of speaking. It's like also slangy. And I felt like I was really entering, it's kind of immersive, like you're entering a totally different world. And so if you want to expand your mind and like see what it might be like to experience that, that was good. So I think Sweet Heat is going to be similar.
Sure.
I would recommend reading like with your eyes, this book over the audiobook. I did not really necessarily, I thought the narration from the first one was a little distracting. So I would recommend Sweet Heat for people who think that they might be into some sort of like contemporary new adult type book.
Cool.
With an interesting twist or an interesting component, but read it with your eyes. That's my
great
advice.
tip. I actually saw this in the library the other day and I almost, not Sweet Heat, but Honey and Spice. I almost got it because of course I've seen it everywhere. I feel like a lot of people recommend it. So maybe I'll check it out before Sweet Heat comes out, but I'm sure that this will be a good one. Great. Next on September 2nd is Sister Wife by Christine Brown, which I am excited about. Like, I am deeply excited about this. So if you don't know, this is Christine from the TV show on TLC, Sister Wives, and she was the first of Cody Brown's wives to divorce him, but not the last. So she's not remarried and coming out with a memoir.
To be clear, not divorced in the legal sense because
right,
they never
that's
were
true.
legally.
That's true. Honestly, though, like, good for them, you know? Like, all of them were already, even Mary was already technically divorced from him, so...
You know, it must be so nice, because it's like, yeah, you do have financial entanglements that you need to disentangle.
Yeah.
But, a divorce costs a lot of money. So, like...
Like, you don't have to go to court.
She got dynoed to divorce in name only.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, but it's also bad because like then they have like this property that they own together, and it's like, how do you divide that up if you don't have it?
And that's like this whole, because he's like an abusive person.
He's horrible.
I mean, if people don't have their brains broken in the same way that we do,
correct.
I kind of recommend don't read this because then you will further break your brain in the way that we are. Yeah. But me and you.
We have been on the Sister Wives train since season 1.
We were there from season 1.
Correct.
We watched it together. We texted about it. We were like, season 2 release. Yeah. Like, we have been here on the journey forever.
Yeah. So
I'm on Sister Wife Snark TikTok.
Oh, for sure.
I'm on the Sister Wife Snark Reddit.
I know the kids.
I know which ones are like...
Which ones don't talk to them anymore.
Yeah, which ones are excommunicated. Yeah, totally.
Which ones are queer now. All of that.
Like, basically all of them.
Yeah. So we're really excited. We're really excited. I think we talked about book clubbing this one, so stay tuned. But I
don't know. I want to book club so many of these, but
I know
we can't.
They're all on the same day. So.
I know. Yeah. I know. So you guys, okay, maybe at the end of September, we'll ask you guys.
August.
Oh, I mean, like at the end of this list, we'll say which ones do you want.
We'll give our options, and we'll
and then like maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll just do what we want to do.
Yeah. You're not the boss of us. Leave us a 5-star review and tell us which of these books we should book club. You know what, my mom, she called me yesterday and she said, are you guys going to do a podcast episode on Taylor Swift's appearance on the New Heights podcast? I was like, that's not really like...
that doesn't relate to books.
I don't know how we can relate that to books, but just so you know, people out there want to hear things from us.
Kelly is with it.
She is with it. She is with it.
Yeah. If you're curious about our thoughts about Taylor Swift, go listen to our Taylor Swift Books episode.
Exactly. And to be clear, that episode has not dropped yet as we're recording this. So, if we're not reacting to something, maybe she released a book and we're not reacting to it, But
yeah, that's so
who
true.
Can say?
We actually don't technically know what she's going to talk about on the podcast today.
Anyways, you can let us know, like my mom did, what you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, let's move to September 9th. This is a book that is up your alley because this is an author you have recommended and you turned me on to.
This is straight horror.
Yeah.
If you're in the mood for like a straight horror book, read one every fall. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Rachel Harrison has a book coming out called Play Nice. And the cover of the book is really interesting. It's like a purple house, and it has like a devil's pitchfork like wrapped around it. And okay. A woman must confront the demons of her past when she attempts to fix up her childhood home. Stop. I'm totally in. In this devilishly clever take on the haunted house novel from USA Today bestselling author of Black Sheep and So Thirsty, Cleo Barnes leads a picture-perfect life as a stylist and influencer, but beneath the glossy veneer, she harbors a not-so-glamorous secret. She grew up in a haunted house. Well, not haunted, possessed. After Cleo's parents' messy divorce, her mother Alex moved Cleo and her sisters into a house occupied by a demon, or so Alex claimed. That's not what Cleo's sisters remember, or what the courts determined when they stripped her of custody after she went off the deep end. But Alex was insistent. She even wrote a book about her experience in the house. After Alex's sudden death, the supposedly possessed house passes to Cleo and her sisters. Where her sisters see childhood trauma, Cleo sees an opportunity for house flipping content. Only as the home makeover process begins, Cleo discovers there might be some truth to her mother's claims. As memories resurface and Cleo finally reads her mother's book, a sinister presence in the house manifests, revealing ugly truths that threaten to shake Cleo's beautiful life to its very foundation.
That sounds so good.
I mean, big like warning for her books. Usually there's something gross and gory in detail. Like,
yes,
this is like if you want a disturbing Halloween book.
Yes. I have only read one of her books. The one that you sent me. I think it was vampires, right? There's a vampire one.
There's a vampire one. There's a werewolf one.
Yeah, I've read the vampire one. And there are scenes from that I, like, they're still in my mind because they're so, like, vividly and, like, horrifyingly described. And that was pre-podcast. So
yeah,
more than 3 years ago, I read that book and I can still picture it. So just, you know what you're getting into.
She's good at writing horror. So if that's what you're into, then go off. If not, maybe skip this one. But this would be a good option for you if you want to read something not just spooky, but kind of...
yeah, like...
horrifying.
Horror, yeah, for sure. Okay, we're on to September 23rd. 2 big books this day. Number one.
Big books.
Number one is a book, and actually I've edited out multiple conversations about Hermione fan fiction becoming published because it's such a fraught topic these days. But one of those, which has not been the subject as much scrutiny, is Alchemized by Sin Yu, which is the book adaptation of Manacled, which was originally published on archiveofourown.org.
And maybe it's a book, instead of an adaptation of a fan fiction, I think it might be more of a book inspired by a popular fan fiction. Like, is she following the plot? Like,
my understanding is she's following the plot because she had to take hers down, whereas The Mortifying Ordeal was the one that was more inspired to is Irresistible Urge, and she left that fic up because it is a original work that was published. So yeah, this one she had to take down Manacled because it is going to be the same.
Okay.
Is my understanding.
So don't listen to me.
The same, but like obviously, I mean, in terms of just the universe, she had to have changed a lot in order to
so many details have to be changed. Yeah,
infringing on JK, she who must not be named, her IP. So very interested to see how, I'm interested more than reading this book. I'm interested to see what like the backlash is like, because the focus really was on the other one I just mentioned, and then Julie Soto's book, which were both also Hermione fics. And this one, the publisher is different, and they haven't been like really hitting that it's a Hermione fic as hard. And so I feel like the backlash hasn't been as bad. So I'm just interested once this comes out, like what the reception is, if people are also...
Well, also, I don't think that it's really being marketed so hard as a romance because...
Well, yeah.
This is like a very upsetting... It's very dark.
Yes.
So I don't think it would even make that much sense to market it like a Hermione, because when you hear Hermione, you think romance.
Yeah.
And while there is an epic romantic component, this is not a romance book.
No. It is pretty dark.
Pretty dramatic and dark.
So yeah, I'm intrigued by that. I don't know when I'll read this. Because I just, like I've read Manacled and I'm like, okay, like do I need to read this version of it? I don't know.
I definitely am going to.
Yeah, probably.
This actually might be like a Christmas break book for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I originally read Manacled over Christmas break. It's going to be so long. I mean, she had to cut out so much.
No, it's like 1,000 pages. The
published
specs look like they say they're 1,000 pages. Yeah.
So this might be like a Thanksgiving or Christmas. Like I have a lot of time to just sit down and like immerse myself. Kind of.
That's a good call. That's a really good call. Yeah. We'll see.
But it's available to you
on September 23rd.
As September 23rd. Yep.
Okay. Another one on September 23rd, which I did not even know was coming until I sent you the TikTok of her talking about the experience. So this is Awake by Jen Hatmaker. And the TikTok I saw was her talking about finding her ex-husband, at the time husband, was having an affair because he was sending a voice message text in the middle of the night to his affair partner being like, I need you or something like that. I forget what exactly he was saying.
Oh yeah, like I need you. I can't stop thinking about you.
Which is
hello. Why are you
crazy?
Okay, so if you guys did not grow up Christian, Jen Hatmaker is like a very popular she used to be a popular Christian author that wrote like not like Bible studies, but like Christian inspiration kind of books.
Yeah.
Christian living.
Yeah.
And then and she was married to this guy named Brandon Hatmaker, and they were together for a long time. They have like hella kids. Some of them are adopted. And then when their older daughter was like in high school, college, she came out as gay, and they like were totally affirming of her being gay. And like vocal and like open. They became outwardly affirming. They actually didn't like publicize that their daughter was gay because that would be weird. They just were like, okay.
They changed their stance.
We later found out in order to support their daughter.
Yeah.
They were pastors of a church and they came out publicly as affirming of being gay. And so, and they were big crazy on that. And
at the time.
Yeah, it was crazy at the time. Because this was pre Obergefell.
Yeah.
Actually.
She was one of the first in this world to come out and be affirming, and it cost her a lot.
It cost her dearly.
It was a very dramatic event.
Lost a lot of book deals. She lost a lot of whatever, and like it was such a big deal for like it's just crazy. Whatever.
Yeah.
So then she kind of went through her own journey, and then her content. Like I think she still identifies as being a Christian, but I mean, like a lot of Christians probably don't think that she's a Christian.
Correct. Yeah.
And then, shockingly, one day in the summer of 2020, the summer of just
crazy,
whatever, she posted, I can't believe I'm saying this, but like me and Brandon are getting a divorce after like 25 years together. And then her teenage daughter changed her Instagram name to be her mom's maiden name. And then all this stuff happened, whatever. And so, but she never really talked about it. What happened, because they had young kids at home. And now I think all of her kids are like at college.
Yeah.
Even the youngest ones. And she's finally decided to come up with a memoir about the end of her marriage and like what happened.
Yeah.
And it's something she always said she would never like tell that because it wasn't anyone's business. So anyway,
it will be my business.
We both have a lot of respect for her, obviously, for taking such a affirming and like pro LGBTQ stance. Yeah. Early in the like early days when it was very unpopular to do so. So I will be sat.
Yes, I will be. And this is when I'm like, oh, I will buy this because I want to support her.
Yeah. You know, and I will be listening to the audiobook because I want to hear her say it.
Oh yeah, for sure. But let's just go back to this. If you're going to have an affair, first of all, don't do that. Second of all, why are you sending a voice message laying next to your wife in the middle of the night? That to me screams, I'm an idiot, or like, I want to be caught, or like, I don't know what. I can't wait to read more about it.
It's giving I want to be caught.
But I'm just like, that's crazy.
Or maybe it's some kind of weird like kink thing.
Yeah.
Like the danger aspect.
That's sick.
But I don't know. To me, what I've always said is having an affair feels like way too much work.
Yeah, exactly.
To keep all these secrets.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
to keep your lies straight. Yeah.
Like, I'm like, if you want to cheat on me that bad, let's talk about it.
Dump me. Yeah.
You know, like just tell
discuss.
me.
Yeah.
And like, whatever. Or if it's that much of a deal, then like just leave me.
Yeah, I'll be good.
Like whatever. Just come. Like honestly, having an affair just sounds so exhausting to me.
Yes, totally. So can't wait to read it. Love Jen Hatmaker. Yeah, can't wait. I'm really excited.
I'm really excited about that one. That might be the one we book club.
I really would love to book club that one.
Yeah.
Okay, another honorable mention I'm really looking forward to, which I didn't even know this was coming out, but I probably will try to read this at some point. It is The Librarians by Sherry Thomas, and Sherry Thomas is the author of the Lady Sherlock series, which we both have read. I love the series. It is like the most goated and most painful slow burn maybe I've ever read.
It is the slowest. No. It's not the slowest slow burn you ever read.
Are you talking about like all the young dudes?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. That is worse. This one though is like
were they lovers? Worse. Okay. Are they lovers worse? Is the Sherry Thomas Lady Sherlock books?
Look, this one is worse because it is like Victorian times or whatever. I don't know what eras are called. It's past times.
It is like Victorian. Yeah.
Like instead of the slow burn can't be like they brushed hands. Like that's not Chase. The slow burn's like he uses her first name. You know what I'm saying?
The slow burn is like he looked me in the eye for like 5 seconds.
Yes. So it's insane.
Like at first I didn't even really clock that they were going to be having a romance.
Right. It takes like 5 books for them to like do anything. And it's great. I love it. So this is a standalone.
It was torture. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved every second of it. This is a standalone mystery though by that same author called The Librarians, and it sounds really fun and cozy. It's about 4 librarians that have to team up to solve a murder. Like that just sounds fun.
That's great.
Shout out the library, shout out librarians. So that's on September 30th. I'm looking forward to that. And if you haven't read Lady Sherlock, I really recommend it. Those books are really good. And
that would be a great fall book.
Great series, yeah, to dive into.
And
a lot of them are like really cheap on thrift books, so like they're available and probably at your local library. So check those out.
Yeah, probably not no whole time.
Yeah. All right. Do we
Love
get there?
it? Okay. Also on September 30th, we alluded to this, is the Thursday Murder Club number 5, The Impossible Fortune by Richard Osman. So I'm expecting this one to have a lot of hype.
Yeah.
Because on August 22nd, the Thursday Murder Club movie, much anticipated by us and everyone else who's ever read these books, is going to be releasing on Netflix. And I'm sure that's going to bring a lot of attention to the book series. So I don't even really want to like tease this that much because if you haven't read the Thursday Murder Club, I just want you to start from the beginning and like be surprised and delighted by everything that happens. But essentially this is about a group of pensioners in a retirement community who get together to solve cold cases led by their fearless leader, who is a retired MI5 agent. So it's just perfect. It's like humor, heart, mystery, like everything you could want. The best built out characters, just absolutely everything. I love these books so much, and I will be so sad when they are over.
Yeah. I have to admit, I have literally only ever read the first one.
Oh my God.
And I own the second one. It's sitting behind me somewhere. I don't know. It's somewhere back there. But I do need to probably dive back in. But I just haven't ever. I don't know what it is. But yeah, the first one's great. So really excited for that. And excited for the, inevitable episodes we'll do. Maybe covering the movie when it comes out.
Yeah.
And excited to see.
Please read the next one.
I will. I'm excited to see the movie though, because I feel like let's get a vibe on how Netflix is doing with the book to movie adaptations.
Right, because we have a few in the queue.
Yes, correct.
Including Love Hypothesis.
Yes. And People We Meet on Vacation.
Yeah.
So obviously Netflix is like all over the place, so it's not like a perfect, explanation, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see.
And we'll be sad. We will be sad.
Yeah.
Okay, that covers September.
So that was all just in September. So that was a lot. There are a few more we'll tease for October and November, but honestly, that should get you going for the rest of the year, honestly.
Yeah. So now that we've wrapped it up, I think our categories or our contenders for
yeah.
book clubs is Sister Wife by Christine Brown. Maybe Every Step She Takes. Maybe Sister Wife. Maybe Alchemize. Wait, did I say that? Maybe Alchemize, and probably definitely Awake by Jen Hatmaker. So if you have any other feelings about that, we can't do all of them. So let us know what you think.
Yeah, honestly, I would probably say Sister Wife by Christine Brown or Awake by Jen Hatmaker. Pick one.
Yeah, pick which one's your favorite, and then yeah,
sweet.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll inform the rest.
October, we have Mate by Ali Hazelwood. This is a sequel to Bride, which was her supernatural Omegaverse book. I am so excited. We'll be pre-ordering.
We will be. Mm-hmm.
Very excited. And you know what I also have to say?
What? Say it.
I was telling Zach this the other day because, like you, I have been reading the Wolf Song books, which we'll get to, by TJ Klune. It is a werewolf book series.
There's werewolves involved.
And then we have Mate by Ali Hazelwood, which will be werewolves. Mm-hmm. And Wolf Song is a great book. Mm-hmm. And Mate will be great. And they'll both be about werewolves.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have to read the most devastatingly awful, poor quality, terrible werewolf myth book of all time whenever Stephanie Meyer releases the Ravioli book.
Oh God.
And
no,
it's like,
I just erased that from my brain, and now you're bringing it back.
I got sad about how crappy the werewolf myth, because
You're right.
I'm reading these other books about werewolves, and like the magic of the werewolves. It's all like so built up and intricate, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
And her werewolves suck in comparison.
Her werewolves suck. Well, they're actually not werewolves. They're shapeshifters.
They're
so,
shapeshifters.
First of all, they're not. They're
her wolves.
They're
suck.
culturally appropriated indigenous shapeshifters.
Yeah, it's awful.
They're stupid, and I agree. And imprinting is dumb in her world. It's all dumb. I agree with you.
The whole thing is dumb. And the thing that pisses me off more than anything is that I have read it. I've read good versions of it.
Yes. Yeah.
And I will have read like many good versions of it by the time this inevitable Robitussin OTC book comes out. And I can't.
Please.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe it won't. Maybe she's going to actually do something different, and she's going to surprise us.
I thought the same thing when I read Serpent and the Wings of Night, because that is a vampire fantasy series.
Oh, nice.
And the vampires in those books are so much more like built out. They draw on like traditional vampire myth. Like the whole thing makes sense more.
Right. Well, the problem with Stephanie Meyer is exactly what you're saying. Things don't make sense. Like, she had certain things in mind and then like wrote in reverse to back up to them. For example, the existence of Renesmee, and like, but also whatever. We don't need to get into the, the vampire genitalia and reproductive system, but it's like, hey, you established certain things and this is starting to not make any sense.
Yeah,
and then like
there's like a whole like lexicon, right, of like content that you could draw on about about werewolves and vampires.
Yes.
And you just like gave the double bird to both of them.
Yeah.
And we're just like,
I actually know
I can
better.
sing better. And it's just like,
and it's way worse.
Sparkly guys.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Native Americans and sparkly dudes with skin like glass. It's great.
I'm just pre-mad. I'm pre-mad.
You're right. I didn't think about that.
Because we're
gonna read some great
loving
werewolf
the real wolf. I've been really loving the real werewolf shapeshifter thing.
Yeah.
When it's done right. But it's gonna be done so bad.
That's correct. Can't wait. Stephanie, if you're listening.
Also, she literally hasn't even announced it, but
I know.
I'm so sure it's going to happen.
It feels so inevitable at this point.
It feels so real to me.
It is.
It feels so real to me.
Unfortunately,
this is like, it's like, is this an Easter egg for Reputation Taylor's worth? Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's real to me. Yeah, correct. Unfortunately, yeah. Stay tuned for 9/11 this year.
Never forget.
Never forget.
Okay, sorry. Every episode, we're shifting the conversation back to Twilight, as
obviously.
you know.
So that's so true. And Mate's going to be a great version. I really liked Bride. Yeah, I know it's not for everyone, but I really liked Bride, and I'm really excited for Mate. So, slay.
Yeah.
Go, Allie.
Okay, something that no one should read, but but is happening anyway.
Sure.
Is a book by Nicholas Sparks with M. Night Shyamalan called Remain, a supernatural love story, which is coming out on October 14th rather. This shouldn't exist. And should I read a brief little paragraph about it?
Why not?
Here we go. When New York architect Tate Donovan, of course, his name is Tate Donovan. This is the most ass Nicholas Sparks name ever. Okay. Arrives in Cape Cod to design his best friend's summer home. He is hoping to make a fresh start. Recently discharged from an upscale psychiatric facility where he was treated for acute depression, he is still wrestling with the pain of losing his beloved sister. Sylvia's deathbed revelation that she can see spirits who are still tethered to the living world, a gift that runs in their family, sits uneasily with Tate, who struggles to believe in more than what reason can explain. But when he takes up residence in a historic bed and breakfast on the Cape, he encounters a young, beautiful woman named Wren who will challenge every assumption he has about his logical and controlled world. Tate and Wren find themselves forging an immediate connection, one that neither has ever experienced before. But Tate gradually discovers that below the surface of Wren's idyllic small-town life, hatred, jealousy, and greed are festering, threatening their fragile relationship just as it begins to blossom. Tate realizes that in order to free Wren from an increasingly desperate fate, he will need to unearth the truth about her past before time runs out.
That is already enough for me. I've already heard enough.
This shouldn't exist. You shouldn't read it.
Here's my question with stuff like this.
Be aware,
obviously, it feels obvious that probably neither Nicholas Sparks nor M. Night Shyamalan had much to do with writing this. So how does this work? Are they just like slapping their names on it? Like, I just would love to know how does this come to be? You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know, but we just don't read it.
Yeah.
But it's coming out in October, and I'm sure the movie adaptation will come out shortly.
You're right. Don't support Nicholas Sparks. He is a homophobic, racist, and a bad writer on top of it, okay?
See our episode about Nicholas Sparks.
Okay, November 11th.
Damn, we have a lot of episodes now. Like, we have lots of episodes to refer people to.
I know. Look at us. 3 years.
I know. 3 years.
November 11th, The Strength of the Few by James Islington. Need we say more? We both love The Will of the Many.
Now is your time to read The Will of the Many. It's kind of long. It's kind of dense. Get it now.
Yeah.
Read it if you haven't, so that you can be ready. Or if you have already read it,
maybe refresh.
Because we don't know what happened. We don't remember.
We don't know. Yes, I love this book. I know this book is gaining popularity, or the series is, because I've started to see a lot of people hating on it, and that's how you know that something is becoming more popular. People are like, this is stupid. So
it's like when we celebrated and we got our first 1-star review.
Yes, exactly.
It's like, hell yeah.
Haters means popularity. So I'm really excited for this. I'm interested to see how it goes, and I'm interested to hear, I imagine once this book comes out, there will be more clarity on if this is going to be a trilogy, or he mentioned it would either be 3 or 4 books. So I'm interested to find that out, if it's going to be more. So, and when those will come out, you'd think we could let's get the ball rolling. Let's keep it going. You know,
this is like fantasy, kind of dark academia, draws on like ancient Greece type beat. Yeah. It's straight fantasy.
Yeah.
It's really good. The pacing is incredible.
Yeah.
It feels like every 75 to 100 pages there's some kind of crazy reveal.
Yeah.
It's a great fall book.
I feel like
Both
this is
I'm sure
a good fantasy book for me, because it doesn't front load you with the information. You learn as you go, and that's really helpful.
Frustrating because you're like,
yeah, oh like wait, what's going on?
Do I understand what's going on?
Yeah, but you will. So it's helpful if you're not like, I don't know, if you're not really into like massive, if it's hard for you to follow a lot of world building. This is a good one because you learn things as the main character learns things, which helps a lot. So
totally
can't wait. We'll probably book club this, or at least talk about it a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So can't wait. Yay.
Okay, anything else you want to say about fall books?
No, just I can't wait, and love that we're finally getting some like juicy memoirs again. I feel like we've been in a dry spell, so if any other celebrities want to come out with any kind of memoirs, we love those. So excited for that and for more Allie Hazelwood. And yeah, look forward to it.
Yay.
Yeah, that's my final thoughts.
Okay. What have you been reading recently?
I've read a lot. And I really want to talk about all of it.
Good, because I have not.
Should I start with what I was disappointed by and then go on to the good ones? Yeah. Okay, I DNF'd one of my most anticipated books of this year. And
what was it?
It was It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan, who I really like. I've given all her books 5 stars, and this is probably a good book. I only got 20% of the way through, but I gotta tell you, I did not like the main character. She was really dumb. And the whole plot of the book...
me with deep cuts.
Yes. The whole plot of the book revolves around her telling a massive lie at work. She's like a former child actress. Now she's like a producer. And she says that she can get her old co-star to write a song for the movie that she wants to produce. And he's like a massive star now. And she doesn't even have his phone number. And so like she's trying to figure out how to get in touch with him and this whole thing. And I was just like, I think you're an idiot for telling this big of a lie at work and then doubling down on it. And she was just like, I didn't like her. So I was a little disappointed by that. DNF'd. Not saying you shouldn't read it, because I really like Annabelle Monaghan. I just thought I was like dreading it because I thought she was so annoying, and I really don't like really big lies like that. It was stressing me out. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna DNF. Then another book.
This just goes to show, like Deep Cuts. I'm sure it was a great book.
Yeah.
I just literally couldn't enjoy myself because I hated the character so much.
Exactly.
It's like not a reflection on her writing. It's just I couldn't get into it.
Yeah. Another one, this wasn't like a huge disappointment, but I just want to say I don't necessarily recommend it. It's another one I was really excited about, which is Love and Other Conspiracies by Mallory Marlowe. This follows it's like at BuzzFeed, and this old girl, she has blue hair. That's her only personality trait as far as I could tell.
Pass.
And she, basically to save her job, has to find and successfully produce a web show. And she finds this like conspiracy theorist guy who has a podcast, and they team up and fall in love. And this is my thing, okay? Heterosexual romance, which, I'm trying to give you guys a chance, okay?
I know.
But sometimes I think it's written for women by women. And so the mailman character in this, a dreamboat. I mean, he's weird. He likes Bigfoot, but like he's hot. He's tall. He reacts perfectly to every situation. He's sweet. Like he's vulnerable. He does everything perfect. And then the female main character is stupid and boring. And literally her only characteristic, as far as I could tell, was having blue hair. And like, I don't like that. And I feel like the third act breakup suffered because of it, because he reacts perfectly. And then she is acting annoying, and it's like, well, this whole thing seems like it doesn't even matter. Like it feels like you're just making this up out of nowhere because you're not willing to let your male main character do something bad, like and be a human and make the mistake. And I just didn't like it. So I got really mad at the third act breakup. It was probably just too long. They could have just not had that, and it still would have been a good book. It still would have been great. So that's my thing. And you know what? Like, I'm mad because I love conspiracies. I love Bigfoot. I want to believe in aliens. I'll believe in anything if you show me a well-edited, YouTube video about it. And so totally. I was really all into this, and I really liked the mailman character, but I was disappointed. So that's my disappointments. Everything else, bangers. Okay, I'm going to go fast. Well, you can stop me if you want to chat about anything more. And I'll save Wolf Song for the end, since we both have read that or are reading that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not done with Wolf Song yet, unfortunately, but
I'll circle back.
So don't say
no spoilers, okay?
Because I am going to read the rest of the series, so don't.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1 is Anxious People by Friedrich Bachmann.
Yeah, you texted me about this, that it was one of your favorite books ever.
Yes, I have not wept like this over a book in so long.
You would if you read The Great Alone. What?
It's next on my list. It is
that?
Sitting right there. I'm gonna read it. Okay. This book is about a bank robbery that goes wrong. And I actually didn't know anything about this. And I feel like it's fine if you don't know anything, like go into this blind. But it follows a bank robber.
I truly would not guess that based on the cover.
Exactly. You wouldn't guess it. It's about a bank robber who robs a bank, flees the scene, goes to hide in what they think is an empty apartment building, but it's actually an open house, and there are 7 or so people in there, and now it's turned into a hostage situation against, the bank robber was not trying to take hostages, but now they have. And you get
this is like what's that book?
Famous Last Words.
Yes.
It feels similar in some ways. But then you take this moment, and there's this bank robber, there's 2 cops, there's the cast of people who are at the open house. And then you zoom out and you get all of their life stories and all the things that led them all to this moment, why they're at the open house, why the cops became cops, what their relationship is like, why this bank robber decided to rob the bank that day, who all these people are, and how all of their lives are maybe more connected than they would think. I genuinely, like, it's so funny. Friedrich Bachmann, obviously, I have never read anything by him before, but he's an incredible writer. And he's very funny, but then literally the last, like, third of the book, I was sitting here, like, fully sobbing, like, you know, like, couldn't catch my breath, crying. Because it's just, like, the things you do have effects on other people, and also everybody is, like, grieving. Everybody has anxiety. Everybody, like, has uncertainty about their life. Everybody's, like, going through something, and you don't see those things right away. But then if you just, like, zoom out a little bit, you might find that you have, like, a lot in common with the people around you. But it's like that. I as I was reading this, I was thinking, in another more horrible timeline, Friedrich Bachmann is writing self-help books, because he, like, just knows how to say things in a way where, like, yes, that is what it's like. But luckily he's writing fiction, and I feel like it's all of those things without being, like, hokey or, like, overly cheesy inspirational. It's just, like, very earnest and genuine and well written and, like, funny and heartwarming and heartbreaking and blah. I will say, if it does have, like, a lot of mentions of suicidal ideation and attempts, so if that's tricky for you, maybe don't read this one. But otherwise, I literally think anybody would like it. I think I told my mom to read it, like, and that's my, you know, barometer.
Wow.
I think anyone would like this. From me
Not
to
too
her.
heavy for your mom?
I don't think so. I think she'll like it. I hope. Because it's very, like, it made me cry in, like, the way Soldiers Coming Home might make you cry, or like a dog that recognizes their owner after 5 years. Like, it's like hope core crying. You know what I mean? It's not like rip your heart out sad.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to spend as much time on all of these. I have several more, though.
Hey, take your time, Pastor.
You're right. Why am I rushing? Okay.
This
The
is our
next one
podcast.
is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, which I also mentioned to you in passing. She also wrote The 7-Year Slip, which I really liked, and I didn't remember that until after I read this book, but that makes sense. And this book, I don't think you should read the blurb for this. And all I think you should go into it knowing is that this is about a ghostwriter who thinks love is dead, and she also can see ghosts and talk to them.
Tea.
Okay? So she's a ghostwriter who sees ghosts, but she thinks love is dead. And she writes romance books for this, like, famous, I don't know, like a Nikki Sparks, like a prolific author who no longer is writing their own books. And she can't bring herself to finish the final book in her contract because she no longer believes in love. And it's hard for her to write about. And that's what I think you should know. I think the blurb gives away more, but I don't think you should go into it knowing that. And there's a line that really stuck with me from this book where she's like, love is not dead, and it's also not like life. It's the stuff that's in between. And it's like the ghosts that she sees. And this is really heavy on grief. Her family owns a funeral home, so there's a lot of that, death and dying. But I really liked it. It's about love and grief and how those things are kind of the same and two sides of the same coin. So I thought it was really good. If you read The 7-Year Slip, you would really like this. And if you like romance books about grief, which I do, you
That's
really
like your favorite
thing. Okay. Moving on. The Prospects by K.T. Hoffman. This book made me care about baseball. Okay. It's about... It's a baseball romance. So, guys, I'm branching out. And
From one sport to another.
Yes, from one sport to another.
Is it gay?
It's gay. It follows Jean as our main character, and
Okay.
no offense to Jean, but Jean is trans, and I'm like, you're transgender, and the name you picked is Jean. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But, like, you had your pick of the names.
Any name.
So Jean, but I love Jean. Jean, he plays for a minor league baseball team. He is, like, so, like, funny and, like upbeat, but, and, like, beloved, and, like, but like, you know, not vulnerable. And he like loves baseball so much. But he's like, okay, well, I'm never going to make the major leagues. First of all, I'm short. And also I'm trans, and no Major League Baseball team is going to like take that bet on me, because it doesn't matter how good I am. Like, that's a liability.
Right.
And so Gene is just chill. He's happy with his life. And then his former college teammate, that's what you call people who play on the same sports team, Luis Estrada, I think. He is transferred to their team, and they are like nemesis. They hate each other. He hates playing against Luis. They like don't talk anymore. Something happened between them in college. But you don't know like what's the deal there. And so Gene's like great, and they also play the same position. So then Gene is forced to go play second base, and he used to play shortstop. And my understanding is that shortstop is like a sexier position to play.
Yeah, it's the sexiest position, yeah.
And then second base is like, ew, gross. But then Luis is like, no, you actually are better at second base. And he's like, well, that's rude. And then it's like, no, actually, I am better at second base. And it's like, they're enemies to lovers, but then they become friends. They become like really good friends. And I will say, this is like one of the books where I truly believed that they became friends. Like, their friendship and the conversations they have was really well developed. And this book is about Gene learning that it's okay to want things, which I think is a very universal message. Like, it's okay to want to play in the major leagues, even if it never happens. Like, you can handle the disappointment, you know, but like, it's better to try and to want something.
Yeah.
And to want like this relationship with Luis, and to want to be successful and want to be accepted. All of that's okay. So I really liked this. And
that's lovely.
Really good. I think this is Katie Hoffman's his first book. So I really liked it.
Oh, wow. Debut author.
Yeah. I would love to read more by him. So loved that. Okay, I'm almost to the end probably. Then we have a little section I like to call following our conversation on wanting to read more Hispanic authors. So I have two in that category. And please. One is Archive of Unknown Universes by Ruben Reyes Jr. This one was super interesting.
What kind of book is it?
It is.
Wait,
like
what's the name of it again?
Archive of Unknown Universes. It's a great one for this category because it's pretty short. It's less than 300 pages. It's like 200 something. I read it in a couple hours, and it is weird. It's like a speculative fiction kind of, but it takes place you start in 2018, so like kind of present day, and in this world there has been an invention of a device called the refractor, which can show you kind of glimpses of your alternate universes, like your life if you had made different decisions. And it's not very like super tech savvy. It feels very much like if ChatGPT became like a alternate universe portal, because
God, I hope that doesn't happen.
No, but it's very apt to like talking about AI. Like, a lot of the, you know, warnings and issues are similar. But basically Anna, our main character, she like sees another version of her life where she's with a different partner. And she's like, who is that guy? And like, it can only show you 12 minutes at a time. There's like no context, and you have to ask it a question like, what if I hadn't done this in my life? And it's only supposed to be used for research, but obviously she's using it for personal use. And so then like she and her current partner are also traveling to, they're going to Cuba, but like it also has a lot to do with the Salvadorian Revolution, which I did not know really anything about, and like civil war that happened there. And then you go back in time to the actual revolution, civil war itself, and you get this story, this like really horrible, lovely love story between these two men who are revolutionaries, and they are like connected to our present day characters in ways that you'll find out. And that's really interesting because they like grapple with questions of like, one of them is very idealistic and like, our future is going to be amazing because we can shape it. And then the other one's like, the revolution we're fighting, like, there is still no place for us, like, as men who love other men.
What are we fighting for?
We're fighting for a better future, but like the people we're fighting with still don't accept, like, we can't be ourselves even with the future that we're fighting for. And kind of like, anyway, so that happens. then you come back to the present, and there's another present day which exists in a world where the Salvadorian Revolution is successful, where the U.S. doesn't get involved, which I believe is what happened in real life. And the revolutionaries are successful in winning the war. And how that, not how that impacts the whole world, but how that impacts Anna and then her like partner's life and this other guy that she saw in the refractor. And so you go back and forth, like you get the one past timeline, but then you get the two future timelines. It took me a while to figure out that's what was going on, but because there's no clear like indication when you're switching back and forth, other than that like maybe different characters are doing different things. But it was really well written. I wish it was longer. Like I wish there was more, and it really kind of like made me a little emotional at the end. So I really recommend this. This is a great one. And it's
on my to read. This is
Ruben Reyes Jr.'s. He has a collection of short stories, but this is his first full-length novel as well. So great job. Okay, I'm almost there. Okay, I read Futbolista by Johnny Garzavilla. I could probably write a dissertation on this one. I have it right here. If you want to see the cover, which I think is really cute.
I saw it on your TikTok.
Oh, yes. Okay, so this is about Gabriel Pena, and he is a goalie for his college soccer team. He's a freshman. You start off like the first day of school with him. And he's like in this philosophy class, and the philosophy teacher asks him on the first day, like, do you feel like you're still changing? And he's like, no, I know exactly who I am. And the guy's like, okay. Anyways, but obviously he doesn't know exactly who he is. And he's also Mexican American, which is important. And he is allegedly straight, and he heavy on the allegedly, and like he's dating a girl, and he's on the team, and everything's going great. He's like doing really good. He's like leading the division in shutout minutes, like nobody's scoring on him. He's doing really good. They're starting him as a freshman, which is like unusual. And he meets his philosophy classmate, Valet, who starts tutoring him because he's like a philosophy major or whatever, and he needs a lot of help in this philosophy class, obviously. And they become really good friends, and then maybe there's like a romantic tension between them, but maybe Gabriel is too like in his own closet to see what's going on, and maybe his friends are like, hey, it's cool if you have feelings, and he has to like realize that about himself. And then once he does realize that, he has to decide, because it's been explicitly made clear to him by people in his life, and like passively made clear to him, that maybe Mexican soccer does not have any room for a openly queer player, especially when he's just getting started. He's only a freshman. He has dreams of playing for the Mexican national team one day, and he's certainly good enough to do that. Like, you really get that impression, but will the sport continue to accept him and love him back if he was to like pursue this relationship with someone he loves? And he has to really grapple with that. It honestly, I know me and you have talked about like not always loving like when books use like modern slang or reference like pop culture.
Yeah.
And so for the first like couple chapters, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this, because there's a lot of that. But once I got into it, I was like, oh, okay. I do actually think it's really important in this case, because like if you aren't into soccer culture, there is a very like intense discourse about the Mexican national team fans and homophobic chants that they repeatedly use, despite like like censures from FIFA pausing games, like a lot of like backlash. And so I think it really does matter that it's like rooted in the modern day, obviously, with him being Mexican and like wanting so badly to play for this team and looking up to these players. And so I think that's important, and I think it like adds to it. And I just found like, I don't know, I found Gabrielle really relatable, because I always say like I'm the last person to know things about myself, and I feel like he really goes through that in this book. And
that is so true about you.
Yeah, like people are always telling me stuff, and he has that experience like where a friend tells him like, hey, you seem like you might be part of my community, and he's like, huh? What, me? And
comunidad.
And so, like, and then that's like, oh shit, like, and then he realized, and so I just really found him relatable. I really liked this, like, story, and I want good things for both of the characters, and I really liked this. I think it's an important book, and I hope that maybe people will, who, like, aren't as open to maybe, like, a queer soccer player would find this book, and I think find it to be, like, just a really good representation, and him being like, why does this matter? Why do I have to be the first one? Why does it have to matter at all? And yeah, I loved it. That's basically it. I read a book last night called Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak, which is a very disturbing thriller, and it literally has a child drawing pictures, and then you, like, see the pictures in the book, which is really horrifying.
I've seen this.
So I liked it. It was good. It was a good read, but I was very surprised by the twist, which I don't want to reveal, but it wasn't what I expected, like, the ending. So it definitely got me off guard. And it was really fast to read because a lot of, like, the page, it's a thick book, but a lot of the pages have, like, full page pictures on them. So you can flip through it pretty fast.
Creepy.
Okay, sorry, I just talked forever. And then I read the entire Wolf Song series. To be clear, all of this is in the last 2 weeks. I don't know what came over me. I have read so many books recently. So
I really envy that.
Yeah, it happens. It ebbs and flows. But yes.
Yeah, it ebbs and flows. No, I enjoyed hearing all of that. I definitely added some recommendations to my TBR. Yeah, I've read a few books. Let's see, when was our last thing? Had I read Rose Code by the time we talked?
I don't think so. I don't feel like we've talked about it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so on your recommendation, I read The Rose Code by Kate Quinn. Yeah, we hadn't talked about it. Okay.
Yeah.
I really, really liked it. It was not a 5-star read for me.
Yeah.
It was like 4.5. Mm-hmm. I just think it could have been shorter.
Yeah, it probably could have been shorter.
But I really, really resonated with it. I didn't cry like you did.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just didn't hit me like that, but I really enjoyed it. So this is a World War II historical novel with romantic elements interwoven. And the characters were really compelling. I think Beth pissed me off a little bit sometimes, where I was like, Beth, just
stand up, girl.
Like, yeah, grow up. Jesus Christ.
Totally.
But I really, really liked it. So yeah, amazing recommendation for me. I mean, the book was made in a lab for me.
Yeah.
I think, like, my issue is, like, maybe if I had read this book like a year or 18 months ago, it would have been a 5-star read. But I feel like I've been reading more quality books recently. And so
your barometer is reset.
Yeah, exactly. I think my 5-star is shifting. So
totally get that.
But I did enjoy it a lot.
I'm going to redact this for not spoilers, but I didn't cry except when Prince that really got me for some reason. Even though it's like that's the one is coming more than anything, obviously.
Yeah.
But just something about that, like, I don't know, like, it just made me sad for her. So that's what made me cry more than like Frances dying didn't really get me. Yeah. So anyways,
that was so sad.
Yeah. Although that was devastating. So,
but I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
From the moment we introduced Frances as a character, like, I was like, oh
he's dead.
He's fucking dead. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways. And then I also read a really great book called Come and Get It by Kylie Reed, who is the author of Such a Fun Age, which I also read this year. So Come and Get It is, so when I was at the bookstore buying Sky Daddy, they tried to upsell me on getting Come and Get It. And they were like, this is like college Mean Girls. And I was like, that's probably not the best, that is not a good description of the book.
Yeah.
But I knew the author and I was like, that's great. I don't want to buy it, but I immediately put it on hold at the library. While we're standing in line, I got it like a few days later.
Yeah.
So get books from the library. But anyway, Come and Get It is a book that came out this or last year, but it's set in 2018. And it's set at the University of Arkansas. And it follows like a group of young women, but particularly 3. There's like a professor researcher, the RA of a hall, and then a girl who has transferred from another school, a transfer student with kind of like baggage. And there were moments in this book that were so cringe. like you can't, like I would be like, I had to put like, I can't look right
Yeah.
now. Like, oh my God. And then I'd be like, pick it back up and I'd be like, okay. Because the way that Kylie Reid masterfully handles the race dynamics, it is also a book about money. It's really like there are race elements in the book, and people's race plays a role in their worldview about money and the South and college. I mean, it's like such a Southern college experience. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's such a subculture, but it's ultimately a book about people's relationship to money.
Okay.
And
which is fraught.
was so freaking good, man. Like it was so good.
Okay.
And so cringe at moments. So highly recommend that one.
I'm getting that on my holds. So continue.
Yeah. I think you'll really like it.
Okay.
And then what I've been working on, I'm reading 3 books right now. So I'm rereading The Will of the Many.
Sure.
I'm reading Wolf Song, which I actually propose maybe we put a pause on talking about this until I at least finish the first one.
Okay.
And or the series.
I'm just glad to hear that I honest to God did not know if you would like this.
Okay, here's the thing. I almost stopped.
Okay.
Because the first 100 pages of Wolf Song are so boring.
They are.
They're so slow. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, honestly, he should have cut the first 100 pages. They weren't good and they didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Now I'm like 300 pages in and I'm in totally. But the first 100 pages, I was like, this sucks.
Yeah. And they're like kids.
Yeah. I'm like, a little bit of the kid stuff. I get it. Like, you're trying to help show their history, but like,
I will say my one critique is that probably all of these could lose 100 pages. Maybe 50. Maybe it gets a little tighter with some of the later ones, but I do feel like the pacing is my biggest critique. So anyways, I'm glad to hear that you're going to keep going. That's all. Yeah,
I'm going to keep going. Like, it clicked around like 150 pages. Okay. I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm in.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that. And then I did a cool thing where I had a gift certificate to the Ripped Bodice, which is a local romance bookstore in LA. And I did one of those blind date with a book. Mm-hmm. So it was like wrapped in gift wrap. And I can actually read to you. So I'm working on this book. I mean, I think it's okay.
Okay.
The book, so here's what the outside said. I somehow convinced this beautiful Duchess to show me all the pleasures of Paris before I have to go home and marry a man. But now I've realized she's the greatest pleasure of them all, female.
Oh, okay.
So then I opened the book. And honestly, it's really good that I probably wouldn't have picked this off the shelf based on the cover. So the blind date with the book, it's like a hot pink cover is what it looks like.
Okay.
I mean, the listeners won't be able to see it, but
I can't really see it either. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah. I feel like I've seen that around.
It's called An Island Princess Starts a Scandal by Adriana Herrera, and it is exactly what it sounds like. So, you know what? I don't think it's a bad book. I think it's pretty good. I just actually haven't really been in the romance headspace for a while. I don't know. I'm just like, okay, like, I don't know. I'll come back to it, but just recently it hasn't been hitting for me, so.
Makes sense. It goes through phases.
Anyways, that's what I'm reading right now, and I'm hoping that I will conclude these 3 pretty soon so I can catch back up on my goal. I've been reading less than I wanted to recently just because of things in life. Yeah. And it's kind of making me sad. Like, I'm like, other things are getting in the way of my reading time.
Yeah.
Like,
dumb. Totally.
So anyway, like work, which I have to get back to.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got to wrap up this podcast.
So you, the listener, go read Wolf Song so you can come back and have us discuss it once after.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some bonus content. Or
sure.
We'll do like a bonus mini episode about Wolf Song.
I could talk for 30 minutes about it.
Yeah, like we'll do a bonus mini. So read Wolf Song, and then you can talk to us about it.
Yeah, circle back.
Or you can listen to us talk about it.
Yeah. Okay, bye, you guys.
All right, bye, guys.